Mr. Taylor's brazen attempts to give himself $30,000 raise or 13% after being on the job for 3 months is amazing. How can he say that a priority is to retain, maintain quality staff, teachers, when the budget proposal is for 5% for teachers and 2.16% for principals? Those are the folks on the front lines. This sends the wrong message from board members to the community and staff you serve. $30,000, really, Mr. Taylor? Why ask for 39 new teachers when you have 115.5 vacancies now? If you're concerned about the class size, then hire 115 teachers and apply that money to honest bonuses and incentives to convince teachers and principals to stay. I would not be surprised if there's another exodus similar to this past year. Your vacancy rate of teachers on page 77 needs to be updated also. Data from 2021-22 is not current. Spotsy is 8th or 9th on that listing. However, if you consider the 115 vacancies, teaching positions divided into the number of teachers, that rate moves to 15.9% and places Spotsy as the 3rd worst in the state of Virginia.
At the last meeting of the Special Education Advisory Committee, we heard a presentation from Ms. Langridge regarding Office of Student Support Services priorities for the FY24 budget. As I have shared with you before, there are real challenges regarding special education in Spotsylvania County Public Schools. Money can't fix everything, but a lack of financial resources will ensure that the current challenges persist and only get worse. Teacher recruitment and retention are essential if we are to provide students with IEPs with the free, appropriate public education to which they are entitled by law. We all know that there is a nationwide shortage of special education teachers. In this climate, we need to be able to retain the experienced and effective teachers that we do have, while also recruiting new teachers with the proper credentials for working with students with disabilities. It seems to me that there are at least 2 major issues that impact recruitment and retention of special education teachers and other related service providers. The first is pay. While all teachers deserve to be paid a salary that is commensurate with their education, experience, and hard work, special education teachers face unique challenges that should be taken into account when determining their salary. I commend the inclusion in this budget of a $3,000 stipend for self-contained autism teachers and our public separate program teachers. My child's teacher and the many others like her deserve every dime of that $3,000 and then some. We should keep in mind that when it comes to teacher and related service provider pay, we are not just competing with surrounding school divisions. We are also competing with the private sector, where teachers and related service providers can often take their education and experience elsewhere to find reduced stress and better pay. That leads to the second major issue impacting recruitment and retention of special education teachers and related service providers. That is support. It's bad enough when our teachers and service providers are underpaid, but when you add to that being overworked and undersupported, it creates the perfect conditions for valuable staff members to leave the profession and take their skills elsewhere. This is currently a major issue with most SPED classrooms and caseloads over the legal limit. In addition, we are woefully short on school psychologists and speech-language pathologists. This has forced the division to turn to outside providers and online services that are very expensive. What our students really need is in-person services from SCPS staff who know them and their teachers.
I'm speaking to the school budget. Number one, there needs to be a more significant allocation to the special education line item. Here are some examples. As a 31-year SLP in Spotsy who worked 16 summers in ESY, I recall that we used to run the special education extended school year summer program Monday through Fridays, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. for 6 to 8 weeks in order to appropriately meet the needs of each student. The children who required speech therapy were bussed in every 30 minutes. And true, we had fewer students in special ed back then. But there's been a degradation over the years with decreasing services to children ages 2 through 21 years old who require summer supports. And parents no longer know that they have the legal rights to this support. And if they don't Get it? Then file an Office of Civil Rights investigation into Spotsylvania County schools. Number 2, you've got to add money to the staff salary line item. Get paras off hourly pay and convert them to salary with benefits, as we used to have, and pay a significantly higher hourly rate for summer ESY, extended school year. Don't tell us you can't find the teachers to staff the program. You pay high enough, you'll have staff to work summers and the school year. Not to equate teacher pay to servers, but you see the staffing in the area restaurants. You pay staff high, they apply and stay. You don't pay high, they leave. And you, as a customer, wait an hour for the server's table. So pay staff more to keep them, bring them back, or new hire.
I think as parents, as taxpayers, as employees of the largest employer in Spotsylvania County, this is the most important part of your job, is deciding. Ms. Phelps. Hi. Ms. Phelps.
Miss Phelps, look up! She's talking to you.
Or at least don't talk while I'm talking. This is the most important part of your job, is getting this budget right. I mean, this isn't, this is the trust that we've put in you to spend the taxpayers' money, okay? So it needs to be done above board with transparency. If you think there's going to be some possibility that we're not going to find out every single thing in the budget, we are. I don't understand why these sessions can't be held in a more respectful, a more transparent way than just talking over other people and gaveling them down and gaveling into recess and marching everyone out, even a poor woman on crutches.
I sit back and I watch. It's very sort of disheartening to see that the school board wants to place the citizens where they can barely be seen by the public addressing you. So I ask you to make sure that you understand that November is coming, and we're looking forward to November to making some changes and ensuring that the maintenance and the pay and the snacks and all those things are taken care of very soon. Thank you.
I'm not sure I can say much more than what's already been said tonight, and I really appreciate everyone's comments. I hope you guys were taking notes. What I will say is that this entire budget process was very poorly done. I've really never seen anything like it in all the years that I've been watching meetings. You've failed at giving the public and your fellow board members understanding, explanation, and transparency, and with their tax dollars, no less. It's outrageous that you all just cannot even have a conversation. Outrageous and unacceptable. Working on the budget should be a thorough process. It always has been. You just left the community in the dark, and it's really sad. You don't even pretend to care, and sadly, our students are the ones who suffer most from your decisions. If you want us to think you care, then take your budget and go support it. Go to the Board of Supervisors and advocate for our school's needs. Your actions need to follow your words, and that has not been happening.